went back through years of FabFitFun boxes, and I discovered something that completely changed how I'm choosing my fall 2026 box. Some of the products became everyday favorites. Some looked amazing on customization day, but never really fit my life. And some quietly disappeared into the donation pile. That made me wonder, what am I actually still using? So today I'm doing a real life audit. Not every single thing I've ever received. We'd literally be here until the winter box, but enough to see what truly earned its place in my home and what didn't. So now this video is not sponsored. I paid for my FabFitFun subscription boxes, and in some seasons I even paid extra for additional choices. I'm not a minimalist. I love beautiful things. I enjoy opening a subscription box. I enjoy choosing fun products. But over the last couple of years, I've been trying to become much more intentional about what I bring into my home. Because there's a big difference about being excited about something on customization day and still enjoying it 2 years later. So as I went through everything, I realized almost every product fit into one of three categories. Number one, it earned its place. Number two, it was lovely, but it didn't really fit the way I live. And number three, it was gifted, donated, sold at a garage sale, used up, or simply left the house. And honestly, that's where a lot of my learning happened. So what earned its place? Let's start with the winners. The first one has to be my Swell salad bowl. I absolutely love this thing. I use it for salads, popcorn, food storage. It's one of those products I probably would have bought for myself, but now I reach for it all the time. To me, that's exactly what a subscription box should do. It introduces you to something that actually improves your everyday life. The next winner is this cooler tote. It lives in my car, it has a job, I use it. Those are usually my best choices. I actually have a couple of totes. Here's another one that goes with me all the time. It's been well loved. Now, not because these are exciting items, but because they quietly become part of my routine. The frying pan completely surprised me too. I like quality kitchen tools, and I honestly expected it to be more of a novelty item, but I actually cook with it, so it also earned its place. Same thing goes with this spoon rest. Nobody gets excited about a spoon rest, but I use it almost every day. And honestly, that makes it far more valuable to me than some product with a huge retail price that never leaves the cupboard. Another one of my favorites that I mentioned is this mug. It's years old and I use it every day. I've had other mugs through the years that were not quite the right size, aesthetically beautiful, but just didn't fit my lifestyle. I've also discovered some beauty favorites through FabFitFun. The products that lasted weren't necessarily the most expensive. They were the ones that fit in a routine I already had. I didn't need to become a completely different person to use them. So some of my favorites was this Rare Beauty blush. I actually had purchased this before it came into FabFitFun, but I needed a replacement. The Elemis cream, the Pro Collagen Marine Cream, I have used this before. This was a new one for me, the Olaplex dry shampoo. I've used dry shampoo before, but it was my first introduction to this one, and I would rebuy it. Not everything has to be practical. I love beautiful candles. I love pretty mugs. I love pieces that make me smile. But I want that enjoyment to continue after customization day, not disappear after the excitement wears off. Next is lovely but not for me. Then there are the products that were perfectly nice. They just weren't right for my real life. This pie dish is a perfect example. It's beautiful. I actually received 2 of them. One has already been gifted. But here's the truth. I don't bake pies very often. I was choosing for the person I imagined I'd be, not the person I actually am. I bake maybe once a year when our apple tree has apples, but it's not something that I continue with on a regular basis. Then there's this oversized sweatshirt. Clothing has been hit and miss for me personally. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this sweatshirt. I sized up because I thought it would be safer. Instead, it's much baggier than I enjoy wearing. And I honestly thought I had already donated this, but I found it sitting at Mom's house in our current donation box. That made me laugh. I also had the opposite situation with a denim jacket. I was worried it would be too baggy, and I erred on the side of smaller, and it was too small. It was donated. And then there's my Stanley. I genuinely like it. It's my first one. It's gorgeous, but it's enormous. And honestly, I've never even used it. And that's okay. Liking something and needing to own it aren't always the same thing. What left the house? Then there are all the things I can't even show you anymore. Extra lotions, sprays, very fragrant candles, kitchen items, accessories, clothing. Some went to family, some were donated, some were gifted to friends, some were sold at a garage sale, and some beauty products even expired before I got around to opening them. And honestly, that says something too. A product can have a huge retail value, but if it's unopened until it expires, it creates absolutely no value in my life. I still have one thing that I would share, and these are beautiful. They're an oil and vinegar balsamic dish. While they're lovely, I tend to just use a side plate, so I have not used these either. So what this changed? Looking back through all these boxes has completely changed how I'm approaching fall 2026 customization. I don't really care which product has the highest retail value anymore. Now I ask myself, will I actually use it? Does it replace something I already own? Do I already have 3 versions of this? Am I choosing for the life I'm living today or for some fantasy version of myself? Because apparently fantasy Olha bakes a lot more pies than real Olha. This isn't really about FabFitFun anymore. Going back through all these boxes reminded me that this isn't just about subscription boxes. It's about learning to choose more intentionally. Not just the things we buy, but the habits we build, the opportunities we say yes to, and the life we're creating. For a long time, I think I was choosing for the person I thought I should become. Now I'm trying to choose for the person I am today and for the life I genuinely want to build. That's the journey I'm on, and I'm really glad you're here for it. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's the best thing you've ever received from FabFitFun? And what's the one item you were absolutely convinced you'd use but never did? So tell me in the comments below. And if you're customizing the fall 2026 box, make sure you're subscribed because on Friday we'll go through my choices together and see whether this little audit actually changes what I pick. Until next time, keep building a life you're excited to live.